Hello, so this has come and it's really cool. So a big thank you to Hype for spotting it and giving me a bit of money towards it. I do really appreciate that. I'm going to take it out tonight, assuming it's not raining. I bet it'll be raining now. Let's have a look at the weather report. I want to take this out tonight and do some stargazing with it and some nature spotting. According to the weather report, oh good, it should just be cloudy tonight. There should be rain coming in, but it won't be till like 1 or 2 a.m. sort of time, so that's good. So hopefully I will get a chance to take this out about 10 or 11 p.m. For a bit of use. It's meant to be for marine use anyway, it says, like Navy use, so I'm assuming it's all right around water, but you still want to be careful. So I'm gonna have to make a custom lanyard for it, I think, to actually be able to carry this about practically, because as you can see, it's a pretty chunky thing, but it's really cool. So when a few people get on the stream, we'll flick the lights off, and I'll show you what it looks like in a room. Obviously you have a bit of light coming from the PC monitor and that, but it is a really nice thing. There'll be more people on. Generally, when the stream starts, the notifications don't shoot out properly. So people, if they know what time I'm streaming, will be on. And then, for the rest of the people, it's within sort of 5 minutes that they realise that there's actually a stream starting. So what we're going to do is, once some people are on, we'll turn the light off and demonstrate this. But yeah, really nice sort of old Gen 2 night vision. Is that the wrong way out round? No, that was the right way around. So yeah, hopefully some people get on in a minute and then we can start doing the stream properly. But yeah, this is a really cool thing. So obviously I'm going to put the lanyard through those two top bits there, which is obviously what they're for. And then hang it like that because it's quite a chunky thing. But yeah. So just waiting for everybody to join the stream now, because obviously a notification's not been sent out, which is typical. Or YouTube's been very slow sending a notification out. So let me put that in its thing. It also came with like a rear eye cup, but I probably won't end up using this because I kind of just like night vision where, you can get your eye directly to it. Cool, let me look up which one that is. Is that one of the Starlight scopes? Because PVS 7s sound like the US ones, aren't they? Let me search what that is. Oh, cool, it's actually one of the head-mounted ones, is it? Oh, so is that like a good Gen 2 type one? Although apparently there's different variants of the PVS 7, but yeah, it looks good. Looks like it'd actually be pretty damn sort of effective. That's probably better. The PVS 7 is probably better than this one I've got here. Oh, it's Gen 3, is it? But yeah, what we'll do is when some people get on, we'll actually show this one, because this is a big old chunky Gen 2. It's not got very good auto gating. It's got like a manual brightness control, but it's very good in the dark. So yeah, when a load of people actually get in the chat, I don't know what's going on at the moment, because it's pretty rare that you do a stream within 3 minutes. You've got some viewers apparently, but nobody comment. So I guess it depends on which generation of it is, or if it's been upgraded. But yeah, if you've got a Gen 3 one, that's pretty amazing. I imagine that's quite good for walking around in the dark with and doing whatever, because obviously Gen 3 light amplification and resolution is going to be pretty insane. So let me just put that down for a moment. And I'll have some coffee while waiting for people to actually join and start commenting. Then we can flick the light off and I can demonstrate it. But obviously it's designed for long-range spotting use, so trying to demonstrate it in front of a webcam is not going to work very well, I'll just say that now. So yeah, it looks like you're the only person here on Anomalous Anglo, even though there's apparently 10 people on and 2 likes. Nobody's commenting. So I guess the notification screwed up. Oh, there's finally people here. Mac Taylor says, I like mushrooms. That's completely irrelevant to the stream, but hello. Right, so. Let's flick that light off. Let's get the night vision out. Now, obviously, it's not going to be adjusted properly for the thing, right? Let me turn the gain control completely down to begin with. Right, that's totally down. Because obviously, as I said, it's not right, obviously that's definitely not focused for the webcam, is it? don't know how well it's going to focus at all with the webcam. So this is a longer range sort of scope, not a close range one. It's like an optic for long range. But like if I use it here, I can see across the room really well with it. You know, it is really good for that. And I said, you know, even with the gain set to minimum, it's really nice. Much better than my Pulsar. But the issue is I don't think it's really going to display very well for the webcam. £400 pretty much. And that was the winning bid on it. Oh, was my face slightly in focus then? Hang on. Yeah, I think the issue is obviously this is designed so... Let me try something. Hang on. Let's try doing this and see if that's any better. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, the issue is obviously it's one that's designed for so that's what the room looks like without the night vision on, and that's the night vision set to minimum gain. You can even read small British mammals. Look, there we go. Right, let me just turn the gain fully up, just so you can see what it looks like at full gain, and then I'll turn that back there as well. So let's put that back there. There's the Morrowind map. Can I get that focus? Because it's hard to get the webcam to actually sit straight with the optic at the back, but there you go. So quite easy to read that then. But yeah, as you can see, it's really damn bright compared to the actual room lighting. But yeah, this is a very, very good bit of kit. It's just obviously, I'll turn the gain back down because obviously to prevent damage to the optic, I want the gain as low as possible most of the time. But yeah, you can get an idea of the zoom with that when you see that gas mask hose there. Yeah, there we go. So that's the sort of kids mask in the Lee Enfield, and that's... So obviously it's designed for outdoor spotting use, but yeah, it was good. £400 was very good for a Gen 2. But yeah, as said, this is definitely a night vision that's a very early Gen 2. But the image quality, the resolution is actually fantastic on this. Let me just compare it with the Pulsar. The Pulsar is obviously like a modern Gen 1 Plus, and you can see a pretty damn big size difference in them. But this obviously has really nice optics on it. So the Pulsar, let's have a look. Take that off because I'm looking at that wall over there. Yeah, so the Pulsar isn't bad. Is that with the IR light on or off? Yeah, that's off. So that's the Pulsar. Then what's that one? Yeah, this is definitely a really nice optic on this one in terms of that's with the gain fully up. It's actually auto gating there to a degree. Yeah, it's interesting. Very interesting. Anyway, I digress. Yeah, the notification was very slow getting through. But, I mean, this will be trippy, but what happens if I do this? Oh, yeah, it's a night and day difference, literally, if you put one to each eye in terms of how much they amplify light like that. Yeah, that's pretty insane. Sadly, I won't really be able to display that to the camera, but let's turn the gain fully up now. Yeah, that's a pretty insane difference when it comes to looking at actual dark areas. With how well they work without an IR light on. Let me just try turning the Pulsar's IR illuminator on and then see how each one looks different then. The Pulsar probably picks up the IR illuminator a bit better saying that, but both of them, you know, are good at it. But yeah, but the night and day difference is that the Pulsar is definitely nowhere near as good at just amplifying light, you know, the purpose of this night vision. Whereas this big chunky boy is very, very good at seeing detail. you know. So yeah. Yeah, amazing. So this evening, assuming it doesn't piss down and rain, I will go out and try and get a load of good footage of either wildlife or the stars using this in the sort of, and maybe the comet if I'm lucky and it's not too cloudy, but I've not been, you know, lucky enough so far. But yeah, to give a size comparison between the pulsar with an IR illuminator on it and this thing, pretty big damn difference. Yeah, so if anybody's interested, very early Gen 2 British night vision for like marine use, it would seem. But yeah, so there'll be, oh, and it's built solidly as well because it just hurt my arm. So there'll be a video on that later on. Well, I did a quick video on it earlier, but that might be why not as many people got a notification for this stream as well, because I do know if you put a video on and then you stream, lots of people don't get a stream notification. But yeah, hello to everybody that's on. We'll chat about whatever. But all right, Fezbug. But yeah, I'm going to stream again at 2 o'clock because Hype said he probably couldn't get on this stream, but hopefully be on one at 2 p.m. So when I stream at 2 p.m., I don't know if I'll stream for that long, as I've obviously just streamed. I'm streaming now, but yeah, because Hype, you know, found that listing for me and paid a bit towards it. I obviously want to show it him properly. That sounds interesting. Boblov 5x40. Let's look that up, Helen. So it's like one of those modern Chinese ones. I suppose what you need to find out is what tube it uses in it. Oh, it's a digital night vision. Ah, right. So it's similar to the Night Fox I've got. Yeah. Well, that's weird because there's some of these that are showing it in like classic green night vision. But yeah, I assume, yeah, it's digital night vision. So yeah, digital night vision doesn't really equate to, you know, like Gen 1, 2, 3, like the old night visions do. Most digital night visions, they will probably be Gen 1 to Gen 1 plus in terms of light amplification. But yeah. So if not many people come on for this stream, I only stream for a short amount of time on this stream, and I'll stream for longer at the 2 p.m. stream. But if we end up getting a load of people suddenly come on this stream, then I'll stream for longer on this one. Yeah, you can't record on analog one, so it is digital. If like my Night Fox, you can record on it, and only digitals you can record on, because obviously like an SD card or whatever can go in them. Analog night vision, like the old green night visions, you can't because they're old like cathode ray style things. PVS 14. Let me look up that one, which one that is, because the problem is with a lot of these night visions, I can never remember them by name. PVS 14. Oh, is that the modern American one? I've never seen one in person. I imagine it's pretty damn good, and I imagine it's Gen 3, is it? But yeah, in current military use, it's definitely going to be Gen 3 or Gen 3 plus. So yeah, imagine that's very, very good then, the PVS 14, but sadly, no, I've never used one, but I imagine it's pretty damn good. Yeah, if you got a question, ask away. But yeah, I suppose if you could find a PVS for a good amount of money, then it's not too bad. Because it's old analog technology, Dodo Bird, and it's not really made for civilians. So all of it is kind of like classified military tech. And then you now and again get a couple of companies that buy a load of tubes or whatever, or manufacture the tubes themselves. But essentially, night vision is kind of like old CRT technology, with quite a few parts. Some of them are quite expensive. And it's just there's no mass market for it. Because in general, I'm sure you know this, if there's a mass market for something, the price of stuff comes down because there's more demand, so companies increase their supply. But the problem is with night vision is that it's kind of very limited to kind of military uses and, you know, like private security uses and stuff like that. So there's not much incentive for companies to mass produce the parts more cheaply. There's different types, Arnold. Now they just use Gen 3 stuff in modern armies. In the old stuff, they used to have Gen 0 or Gen 1 stuff, and then they used to have big IR filters they put on the headlights of a car. And then that would just put out loads of IR lights. You'd basically just drive looking at the IR light. Yeah, you might get lucky, Fezbug, because sometimes you'll find like an eBay listing for night vision where the seller doesn't necessarily know what they're selling, and they'll have it on a cheap buy it now or like a cheap auction. Or, you know, you have an auction where it doesn't go for loads of money. A lot of the time it is just luck, though. I'd just say eBay, Ethan. It's at the moment with masks, you can't really recommend a particular site because everywhere just sells out so fast. Yeah, it's for the really old generation ones, Arnold, because on modern night vision, they amplify light so well that, you know, even if it looks almost pitch black to the eye, the night vision can still see light enough to amplify it. But with the really old night visions, they didn't amplify light all that well. So what they'd do is you'd have IR lights, you know, so they're invisible to the human eye. But in theory, if you're wearing night vision, you can see them. So you essentially have an IR floodlight or, you know, headlight, and then you navigate by that. Like, for example, with my night visions, I've got IR torches I can use with them as well. But the you know, in theory, with night vision, you always want to be using the light amplification as much as possible because that's what it's actually designed to do. Because even Gen 0 night vision with an IR flashlight, you can see pretty well. Yeah, well, somebody was asking me about that earlier in a comment, Gav. The thing is, with stuff like that, in theory, it does get out of America. It's just you have to pay even more for it if you're outside of America. Yeah, IP, does it come with the scrubber unit and everything? But yeah, that's not a bad price for an IP5, but bear in mind it's a rebreather, not really a gas mask. We were talking about night vision yesterday, Jordana, because I had that night vision on order and it's come today. But as I said, annoyingly, I can't demonstrate it very well indoors because it's designed for, you know, looking hundreds of yards to miles away in the dark at night. Right, if somebody said how long was I streaming at the moment, depends how many people come on. If not many people come on, I'll stream for 30 minutes now, and I'll stream again at 2 p.m, hopefully for longer. But I don't think YouTube sent the notification out for this, because generally we get like 50 to 100 people on the stream within the first couple of minutes, and today like barely anybody came on for 5 minutes. Well, the problem is, Dodo Bird, I don't know when quarantine's ending. Alright, see you, Fezbug. Yeah, I've got kind of a rip-off of the PEC 15 type thing that Hype sent me. eBay if you find any in stock, but the problem is, again, it's one of those things where now and again a seller might have an old road sign with a gas mask in stock. A lot of the time they don't. But yeah, the problem is with saying after quarantine, we don't have any idea really how long Corona's going to go on, do we? So it really all depends how long Corona goes on, what comes up in my actual life, what goes on with work. Yeah, I reckon Fox sickness, it's because of the weird YouTube thing that because I stuck a video up today, I reckon they don't then give you notifications for streams. There's a lot of weird stuff like that with YouTube where it seems if you put more than one bit of content up per day, only one notification goes out to people because they think, oh, you're spamming people's inboxes with notifications or something stupid. So, you know, it's quite frustrating as a creator because it means a lot of the time you're sort of de-incentivized or whatever the word is to actually make content because, you know, if YouTube's not going to share it, that's the main complaint of a lot of creators on YouTube is that YouTube doesn't actually share the content you make. So even though people can sub and click the bell, they're not even going to necessarily get a notification that you've uploaded something. I would just say eBay for gas masks. There are a couple of surplus sites that will sell gas masks, but for the most part, eBay. AliExpress is good if you want to buy Chinese ones. So yeah, for those of you that didn't hear, my plan today is at 2 p.m. do another stream, maybe a longer one. I reckon I'll just do 30 minutes at the moment, so another 10 minutes, because this stream obviously has not had a notification sent out, because Hype's coming on at 2 p.m. hopefully, and then obviously because he's paid towards this night vision, he'll probably want to see it in action. Yeah, but the problem is at the moment you can't really go on vacation anywhere because of Corona. Well, not a proper vacation. Maybe Geff, I really don't know, but in theory they shouldn't be selling it, which I guess is the thing. You know, it should be done under US government contracts, so no idea. So yeah, I'll stream again at 2 p.m, hopefully for longer if a notification goes out to people. Then tonight I want to get a video filmed, assuming the weather's good enough to do it, out and about in the dark, stargazing and everything of this new night vision. But that won't be a video that goes on today. That will probably be a video that goes on in a week's time when I've edited it all together. I also, if I get time, want to get another video filmed today about the digital ionization chambers. If not, I'll get that video filmed tomorrow. But at the moment, I really need to get a load of like regular videos filmed and scheduled because I'm running a bit behind on those in the sense that I've got one for Sunday and one for Wednesday done, and that's it. I want to kind of get a couple of weeks ahead again, but the problem is at the moment I've been sent so much stuff to kind of review that I've not really done it, you know, in any particular order. If it's a DD, are you sure it's a DDR gas mask that looks like a GM30? Because it was West Germany for the most part that made the like World War II copies. East Germany used the Soviet designs. But that's a good price regardless. If literally any mask with a box for like that sort of money is a good price, even if it was an old Soviet mask that was mass produced. But yeah, so for the people who want to watch another stream, I will be live in 2 hours, 2 p.m. Yeah, I do have a Mark 5, a Mark 4 GSR. Do you mean? Yeah, Mark 4. Weirdly, see it up there? Without the light on it, might not be that obvious. Let me go flick the room light on. Cheers, Dodo Bird. But yeah, see it up there? It's up on top of the wardrobe with a couple of stuffed animals, a load of other gas masks, some boxes. The big Canon box is full of like 50 PS1 games, all my old PS1 games, except a few are in that box. But yeah, it sits up there. But I don't get it down very often because it can be sometimes a bit of a pain in the ass to put back up there without it, like wanting to ravel off the top of the wardrobe and just fall off and get damaged. Right, no. How it works, Johans, the Americans made a mask called the M9 and the M9A1 in the late 40s, early 50s, if I remember the dates right. And then all of the other ones are copies of the US M9. So the Finnish M61 is a copy of the M9. The Yugoslav M1 is a copy of the M9. The Swedish or Norwegian, I can't remember which one it is, M51 is a copy of the M9. All right, what sort of surplus do you mean, fox sickness? Like, if you mean Soviet Gen 1 tubes, very basic Soviet Gen 1 tubes, maybe 50 to 100 pounds or dollars if you get lucky. The issue is with night vision, it seems to be really hard to ever put a proper price on it because a lot of the time you can sometimes get a bargain. Like I've got a very good Gen 1 Plus night vision unit that I think I got for something like £40. And that was amazing considering how good it was for that price. It was one where the seller didn't know anything about it. And we later found out, what the model was because somebody else had one and they knew what the original retail thing was for. But for the most part, it really depends. I mean, if you want to buy good night vision, you're going to have to spend quite a lot. But if you just want cheap night vision, I'd recommend going with digital night vision because for the money, it's a lot better than a lot of Gen 1s. So Fox Sickness, what country are you in? Because in the UK, you can buy Night Fox brand digital night vision. And for the money, they are very good. Ireland, you might be able to get Night Foxes in Ireland. Let me have a look on eBay UK. Actually, I suppose I can do ebay.ie, can't I? Is that Irish eBay? ebay.ie? Oh, good, it is. Right. Let me search Night Fox and see if anybody has them for sale. It says from the UK with postage. But this is the sort of thing. Let me just link you to this. I've got the old gen Night Fox, which is like a monocular one, and that is very good, actually. Again, it's digital night vision, so it's not really as good as the old green night vision, but you'll still be able to see stuff in the dark with it, you know. And some of those models, you have to check on the individual ones. You can put SD cards in and take photos with it and video, or that will be like 240p very blurry video. But the Night Foxes are surprisingly good for what they are for the money, especially because they're brand new. But yeah, the issue is that proper Gen 1 and Gen 1 Plus units is hard to put a price on them. Like things like the Pulsar, whether I put the Pulsar that was behind me. Where did I put the Pulsar? I had it earlier in the video because I was showing it compared to that other bit of night vision. And now I can't see it. Where the bloody hell did I put it? I have no clue where I put my Pulsar. Oh, there it is. Right. So yeah, the Pulsar, this is a very good Gen 1 unit. I've got the light cover on, so I'll turn it on with a light cover. So for a Gen 1 unit, this is very good. But the issue is obviously that these would be like £200, £300 to get a unit like this. Obviously, this is with the light cover on. But the issue is obviously you might be able to get lucky, and for the price of a Pulsar new or like pretty much as new second hand, be able to get a Gen 2 if you find one being listed for a good price. Just an unused bedroom. So basically a storage room. I could not get a gas mask for you, Albert Leo, but you can find one pretty easily if you look on AliExpress or eBay. I've got a couple of different ones, Relaxon. It depends on how long I'm out for and stuff like that. The most basic mask I wear out and about, well, that would technically be this one, but I generally wear a proper respirator. So a half-face dust mask, a P2.5 dust mask with a valve on it. The Alpha Mesh, because that's actually a very good dust mask in terms of facial conformity and comfort. And then things like the GVS Ellipse or the JSP Force 8. And then, you know, I do have full face masks if I really wanted to wear them out, but for going to the shops briefly or whatever, I don't really see the point of putting a full face mask on when I'm just observing social distancing and being careful. Yeah, I managed to get a Cyclops for 30 quid at one point at least, but which was a pretty good damn deal, but sadly it didn't come with a camera lens. So I had to buy an old camera lens to fit to it, which wasn't all that good. But yeah, a Cyclops for the money isn't bad at all, is it? What drawer do I have my Cyclops in? No, oh, shit. Fucking lanyard. Oh, I could take the lanyard off this, couldn't I, and put it on my other one. That's what I'm going to do. But yeah, there's a Cyclops. So, do I have the batteries in it? Right, I do. Okay, I shouldn't really turn this on in the bright light, but just to give you a quick idea, that's the Cyclops. But yeah, I don't really want to keep it on in the thing, but yeah. But these are pretty good for what they are. You know, if you can find a Cyclops for 30 quid, I definitely recommend it. Because, yeah, you just have to install an old camera lens on it if it doesn't come with a lens. I've got, like, the trigger assembly thing for it as well, but, yeah, they use an old kind of weird camera lens, these. And they have like a weird kind of trigger thing that comes with them. But the annoying thing of the Cyclops is a lot of people buy them to simply cannibalize the camera lens from them, because the camera lens that comes with them is worth a lot more than night vision. So a lot of photographers buy them to just take the camera lens off and then resell the night vision. Not in the streets, no. No, you can't have free gas masks from me. Stop begging. That's pretty good, €99. That's not a bad price, is it, for what they are? They're saying the mystery night vision that somebody did ID recently is this one that was surprisingly good. Let me just press the on button if I've got batteries in it. Yeah, I have. Obviously, that's with the light thing on. Let me just quickly remove that so you can see what it looks like. I mean, I know I shouldn't do that, but there we go. It's not my best night vision, so it doesn't really matter. But it's probably not going to focus very well. Let's just pop that cover back on. But yeah, it works better with the cover because it was just washing out, wasn't it? But yeah, this is a very good Gen 1 tube in this one. Yeah, I've got a flare if you've not seen it. So this is a very good Gen 1. It's not quite as good as it used to be. The reason was I tried to change the camera lens on it and I wasn't able to. And in the process of doing that, I wasn't able to get it quite as flush together as it was before. So basically the problem is, you know, ooh, look, the things come off. So yeah, the issue was the, you know, when I took this apart and put it back together, the lenses didn't quite sit as flush as they used to do, which meant that, you know, obviously you don't get quite as good light amplification. But this is a damn good unit for like getting for 40 quid second hand on eBay. It was a bit beaten up in that, but you know, this is close in terms of light amplification to the Pulsar in all honesty, and that's a proper Gen 1 Plus. This is just a, you know, cheapo Gen 1 that was, it's basically a Soviet tube in here that just has, you know, been rebranded essentially to sell for more money. But yeah, I'm definitely going to, once this stream ends, take the lanyard off of the Cyclops and put that onto that one. Good gas mask without asbestos. Just literally go on AliExpress and buy any of the modern Chinese gas masks. Yeah, nobody got a notification, Richard. I'm going off in a couple of minutes and then I'm coming back on at 2 p.m. because nobody got notifications. Yeah, they're basically the mass-produced Soviet Gen 1 tubes, aren't they, Talise? They're like, you've got a couple of them, but yeah, you've got the mass-produced Soviet Gen 1 tubes, and generally not the ones that are as good as in the PNV57Es. But yeah, you've got those sort of tubes that they've just essentially popped in there with a bit more modern electronics, so they're not quite as bulky, you know, and then it just takes AA batteries or something sensible. Probably not, Benji lad. It's probably, if that's a Yugo M1, it's probably just, it's in shit condition because it's a bit of a shit mask in all honesty. I just use D&B Militaria British Empire 420. I've never used any other sellers, so I don't really know what to recommend there. Right, so I'll be back on at 2 p.m. because I said I was coming on at 2 p.m. because that's when Hype's coming on, and obviously because he's partially financed that night vision, I'm going to make an effort so he can see it on the stream today. So I'm going to be back on then. So see you all in about an hour and a half sort of time if you're on then. But remember, YouTube probably won't give you a notification, so you have to manually look for it. But yeah, see you all then. Goodbye.